Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to be joined by Paul Mccullagh, who moves 2-0 tonight. I didn't actually catch up with you in fight week, so what you're going to do is now tell me the story of why you thought you had this fight tonight cancelled. You had a bit of a mare, was it on the Wednesday?
Yeah, I was lying in bed on Wednesday morning and get a phone call. Someone was waiting on me at the airport and they were like, "Did you get your flight okay?" And I thought I was coming on Thursday, so I got a rude awakening and thought, flip me, I'm not even going to make it to the fight. And then I got it rebooked for Thursday morning and flew from Belfast to Manchester on a 5-hour bus journey or taxi from Manchester to Bolton. Walking in and I was with Fergus the whole way up just for his fight to get cancelled, and it was a nightmare and I nearly took a heart attack. I was like, thought it was my medicals. I thought my fight was postponed, but it was a bit of a nightmare getting over, but I'm glad it's done and it's worked out for the best.
And I suppose at least you've come this way and you've managed to get some rounds in. Yeah, he's a tough Anthony Woolery, sorry. He's very, very tough.
Yeah, he's a tough man. I felt really good for this camp. I felt so calm coming in the bubble, and it's the best I've felt. And I was just going out to showcase that I can actually box, and opened up with a few shots and hurt him. And he knew how to tuck up and how to stay in there, and I felt his power. He was strong, so I knew not to overexert myself and get caught with a shot because I knew that he had the power. And it was good to get the rounds in. It was good to get some experience. So I take my hats off to him. I respect him as a fighter.
And for your second fight, he's not a bad opponent as well. Obviously, he sort of dances around with some prospects and tries to take guys a distance. And he went the distance with Mccullagh, who we know is a talented fighter, has been in with Isaac Chamberlain as well. So name-wise, for your second fight, he's actually not a bad opponent.
Yeah. And even for my first fight, I had a tough opponent, Ben Thomas. He was in with people who was fighting like 12-0.
Drawn with a few good lads.
Draw, and he had a few draws and he had a knockout. So, I'm sort of glad in the sense where I'm not getting in and fighting men that I'm going to hit and they're going to fall over. I'm getting experience, I'm getting the rounds, and I think Anthony has actually improved from his last fight. He wasn't as weighed with his arms. I was coming in here expecting to get some clean body shots on, but he had tidied his work up and he came down from cruiserweight, so I have nothing but respect for the man.
I think it was your uncle, I believe. You spoke to your uncle last night and he said to me, he was like, the boy carries power. Because I said, I've seen you once, haven't seen too much of you other than that. He said, the boy carries power. You showed that in your first fight. You showed you can box tonight. Is this what these first few fights are about? Just showing what you've got in the locker? Yeah. Because look, you're going to be tested further on in your career more than this, we know that. Is it just showing what sort of attributes and what strings you got to you, bud?
Yeah, well, I know these fights are going to stand by me in the long run because, like I said, I'm not getting in and people are laying down. I'm getting the rounds in, and just being able to bring the stuff that I'm doing in sparring into the ring, I felt now I'm being more composed as before. I would swing and be wild a lot, so I'm happy that these things are starting to work, so I am.
And I just heard you say in another interview that Ulster Hall is something you want to tick off the list. You've done Rotherham, you've done Bolton, not quite Ulster Hall, but is that something in the back of your mind now? Fans back soon, surely, and Ulster Hall for yourself?
Yeah. Well, look, I've always loved Belfast and I've wanted to get a fight there because Belfast is a big boxing city. I'd rather the Ulster Hall than here, but who can say? I'm fighting in Bolton's football stadium, so that's a bonus in itself. You know what I mean? It might not mean something to others, but it's always something you can say. You've boxed in a football stadium, but I would like just to say now when I'm talking here in an interview, just to give my daddy a shout out because it's a family tradition that I'm training with. My father's actually my main coach. My uncle came here because my father couldn't make it, and I just want to say thank you very much, Daddy, and I appreciate everything you do for me. And I know my daddy does everything for me. He doesn't do anything for himself, so I'm happy and I'm content and I'm good around my surroundings back home.
Good stuff, and I'm sure he'll be pleased with what he saw tonight. You speak about loving Belfast, and obviously you say it's a fight city. We know that. We've just lost Carl Frampton. He's decided to hang the gloves up and after a fantastic, glittering career. They need people to get behind. Obviously, you're a way off sort of replacing Carl, should we say, in Belfast. But why can't you be the next guy? There must be something in the back of your head. They want someone to back. Why can't it be Paul Mccullagh?
Yeah, well, look, all I say, I just need to do my job and I need to do my training and get fit and get strong for anyone and showcase what I can do. For example, I have a big following back home in Belfast, BT17 representing. All the lads will be back there supporting me. So whenever crowds come back to boxing, you'll see the crowd that have behind me, and that's what you need. You need support. I have support all around the world: Australia, America, Canada, England. I have family here in Manchester that I'll be going up to see soon. So I've got a good fan base around the world. So it's just about keeping my head on my shoulders and not overexert myself and just taking everything in my stride, you know. Everything happens for a reason.
Can I ask how you've ended up with fans in Australia and Canada? Because you're a 2-0 professional.
Well, like, I'm a Mccullagh, and there's Mccullagh seeds everywhere. I have family all around the world, so that's just how I have fans over there. Like, I have family in Australia, I have Mccullagh blood over there, so it's just one of them things. I have about 36 cousins, so there's loads of us. We're everywhere.
Just bloody everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.